Hello everyone, Mark here, Mark's Max Muscle, and no mascara to you as well. HADI CHOOPAN 2019 Mr. Olympia versus 2020 Mr. Olympia last year versus 2 years ago. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it's 2021, can you believe it? Anyway, guys, he placed third in 2019. Not only that, but he was the People's Champion. And fast forward to 2020, he was dropped down to fourth place because, of course, Phil Heath. If not for him, he would, of course, place third again. But anyway, guys, this is the comparison, and I gotta say, right from the start, the midsections, his abs seem to be a lot longer. They're more oblonged at the 2020. It's a much smaller, tighter midsection. Not only that, guys, but do you see the legs? Now, here is the Saturday show, I believe, for both versions. I believe this is the Saturday show for the 2019. It's the 2020 Saturday show. Now, I noticed this in the first comparison. Now, the abs, of course, but look at the quad. His right quad. The quad sweep appears to be small. His right leg, there's something wrong with it in 2020. Appears to be a lot smaller. Now, in 2019, it appears to be A-OK. Not only that, guys, but like I said, the midsection, much better in 2019. His chest looks a little better now, I would say. Food for thought. Let's go through the poses. And he kind of takes the midsection out of the equation here. He's pulling a vacuum this year. His biceps, I'm sorry, 2020. It's not this year. His biceps appear to be larger, 2019. And like I said, you can't tell with the midsection because he is pulling a vacuum. But again, look at that quad. If you haven't noticed that, his quad, his right quad, in particular in the sweep, the outer sweep of it, it appears to be much smaller this year, or last year. I apologize once again, guys. In 2020, appears to be much smaller. In 2019, appears to be A-OK. Now, here is the Saturday show. And did you notice that? And if not, go rewind. His biceps appear to be smaller now for the 2019, and they appear to be much more bulbous for 2020. Do you see that? And his midsection, now in the front relaxed, his midsection appeared to be smaller for the 2019, but here it appears to be just as small. Tight little midsection for HADI CHOOPAN. Again, it's harder to tell for the quad sweep this time. Let's go to the front lat spread. And wow, what a difference here. Even HADI CHOOPAN is turning and taking note of himself. He's looking over at his 2019 version. And unbelievable. Actually, guys, hard to really gauge this one because he's not hitting it the same way. He's leaning back, and I believe that is the proper way to hit a front lat spread. I mean, if you're seeing the front lat spread from the side, it does look like the guy's going downhill skiing, like you guys say, and it does look funny. But from the front, it really fills out your lat region a whole lot better. Let's have a look at the Saturday shows, and my. Angles are nothing, guys. He had a way better front lat spread last year. Now, are his lats better? We'll see that from the rear shots. Could be just you practice the shot over and over and over again. I don't know. Perhaps he had Brandon Curry in his sights 2019, and he had more of the Phil Heath in his sights 2020, so he kind of figured he would beat him in the front lat spread anyway. But man, look at that lat spread for 2019. Not only the lats, but the abs themselves. Crazy, guys. Crazy. Turn to the side. First thing that I notice, the quad that I noticed was smaller in the front shots. That doesn't really appear to be the case from the side. And of course, that could be, it's variable. I mean, it's from the side, right? You can't really tell. But the conditioning of 2019 is far better from the glutes, from what you can see anyway. Muscle separation, just as good for 2020. Look at the delts. His delts look a lot bigger for 2020. You see that? Not only the close delt, but look at the far delt. Definitely the case. Now go to the Saturday show, and his delts look even bigger here. Looks like he put some pumping pose on. Do the pumping pose. Now his leg definitely A lot more condition for 2019, so it is debatable, I guess. His pecs are better 2020. I noticed that in the front shots. Well, at least the front relaxed position. I noticed his chest was better, and you can see that here. Look at his far pec. Much bigger, thicker. Fantastic, actually. We didn't have an actual side tricep for the Friday show. We do for the Saturday show, in case you were wondering. Look how peeled he is from the side here in 2019. And the vascularity around the chest. Look at that. Thin skin. Abs look better. He just looks like he's in better condition. Certain shots, I mean, yeah, he might have bigger pecs, bigger delts for 2020. But I mean, keep that size. I'd take that thin skin. Vascularity means more business. Here's the Saturday show, and they are actually hitting a 2-spec. Oh, did I even mention that was a hoo-ha pose? The previous one, it was a hoo-ha position. That's what the technical term. Actually looks pretty good here for both versions. Abs are a little bit more pronounced. And, of course, you can see the delts are a little bit bigger, and maybe the chest, of course, for 2020. Legs look, I don't know, they look pretty darn good here for 2020 this time. Muscle separation, the conditioning. I mean, it has to do with the timing of the shots. I mean, don't kid yourself, guys. It's almost impossible to get every pose to look perfect and to your max potential. Turn around, and like I suspected, glutes are in better condition for 2019, and the hamstrings are better. They're more diced, more conditioned. But, guys, his back, it looks to be a whole lot wider. Now, I don't know how that could be. Oh, it be, but I don't know how it could be, judging from that front lat spread. Lower lat thickness, whole lot more prominent, and even in the traps, maybe not at the top of the traps, but go all the way down, it looks like they're a lot thicker. Anyway, they go right into the spinal erectors. Just fantastic, and the size. Is the size going to be enough to defeat the conditioning? I don't know. Saturday, and he looks like he's even drier now in the glutes and hamstrings for 2019, and in the lower lat thickness. Looks just as prominent this time. But the width, the actual width of the guy's back, he is wider. He is wider now. Now his glutes are they're no monster truck tire cut in half and slammed up to his hips like a William Bonac, but good glutes nonetheless. Anyway, guys, I noticed a couple of you guys liked that little analogy that I made. Rear double bicep. Now, this is a situation where you can actually see that lower lat thickness. It makes for less of a gap between the lats and his hips. You know what I'm saying? In 2019, it appears to be a little like Dennis Wolf or like a Rolly Winkler, missing some lat insertions. But in 2020, it appears to be he's a little bit more filled out, I would say. But again, guys, at the end of the day and at the end of the posing, at the end of the judging, you're going to go for the more conditioned athlete. And in my opinion, coming out of all the front shots, side shots, I guess we have the Saturday shot as well. I apologize, guys. Actually, it looks a little bit better here. And in the rear lat spread for Saturday. You notice that? Maybe he had a piece of gym equipment. He was backstage pumping that back up. Just, you know what I mean? Just really pumping it up. But of course, 2020, he really looks thick in the lat insertions as well. I think he revamped the way he was training his back. And he's posing at a different posture as well. Look at his delts. His delts look a whole lot different. Are they suspect? Well, I don't want to get into that. Let us almost wrap this one up. Second to last pose in the ab and thigh. And through most of this matchup, I would have said 2019 had a far better midsection, better abs, maybe even smaller midsection as well. But here in the ab and thigh, I have to say he looks pretty darn good for 2020. Not only that, but you can really see his pecs are better. Now the lags, if you'll notice his kneecap, his lag is tilted quite thusly, so you cannot gauge the size. Of course, it looks bigger in 2020, but it's definitely not fair to say. Here's the Saturday show, and it is a hit to spec, ab and thigh for both versions. And you're going to have to go for 2019. The abs are more cut, Does he have a better V-taper? I don't think so. I think his V-taper is better now. I think his lats might be a little bit bigger. Now, that sure was not the case, like I said, from the front lat spread. I mean, my. Judging by that pose alone, you'd give this one to the whole win to 2019. But the outer quad as well. Hard to really see from this one. The legs aren't the same, but aren't being held the same position. But trust me, guys, 2019. Here's the most muscular, and here is the proof. His chest and delts are bigger now in 2020. Of course, 2021 now, but you know what I'm saying, guys. And of course, the outer quad sweep, everything that you could tell from all these comparisons, this most muscular, it really shows them all. The outer quad sweep for 2019, the right quad, take a look at that, guys. A little bit smaller than the left one this year or last year, 2020. I apologize, guys. It's the fourth quarter. Anyway, this is the Saturday show, and this is the end of it. We're wrapping this one up. And don't be surprised, guys, but I'm not going to announce 2019 the winner. I think it was clearly the better, more conditioned version. Slightly smaller in the delts, but you can't tell by this shot. Hitting at a different posture, so his delts do look bigger for 2019. But don't kid yourself. They were bigger. His chest was bigger now, 2020. But he was missing that something going on with his right quad. Definitely something going on there, so keep your eyes peeled. Hopefully he gets that repaired. Oh, I guess we have a crab position. My soul, guys. I apologize. Hit your protein shakes up here. It's definitely the fifth quarter. Now, if he is suspect in the delts, this would show it. Like Desktop Bodybuilding did his little the video that he did, and he seen his delt look very suspect, and I agreed with him. But in a pose like this, his delts look more square. You know what I'm saying? They look much more square in 2020. More round, more natural in 2019. Anyway, guys, we'll leave it at that. HADI CHOOPAN, hey, whatever, guys. I think he's a legend, an instant legend, guys. Placing third, his first Olympia, and then bumped down to fourth. But I think we'll do a little bit better than that next year. What do you guys think? But I think he should reduplicate what he did 2019. I think he looked better. Anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think. Is he better this year? Or last year, I guess? Or was he better 2 years ago? Hit thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to my channel. Have a fantastic day.